Hello, 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 fellow pickle peeps. This is Diane Breaux, but today I don't have the better half. I have an even better half, Bob Swelgen. Cheers to you, Bob.
Well, thank you, Diane.
Thank you for joining us. He is one of our oldest and dearest friends when we moved to Prescott. We've been friends a long time. We travel together, and we're still friends.
That's amazing, huh?
It is amazing. So we are very, very excited because Bob is on the board of directors. He is the treasurer of a very, very special organization here in Prescott called People Who Care. And so Bob has been asking us, hey, can I come on and talk about it? And we're like, of course, because it's a very valuable community office service that this nonprofit
It's a non-profit organization that was put together about 35 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's been around quite a long time. And we have a good number of people who provide the service of, for those people who can't, maybe they're not able to see so well or not ambulatory or they just don't like to drive or do things.
Right.
We provide a free of charge service that will take people to non-medical doctors or hospital, non-medical things. So just
Right.
for the
Not
visit
major
and review,
surgery
not
or
major
anything.
surgery
Yeah,
or
right.
something like that. We're not going to carry you in and out.
We're not going to
in and out of the
We're not
doctor's
going to
office.
sling you over and carry you in.
And we'll take pets to vets,
Cool.
which is kind of cool. We have some people who they can't see very well, and we'll actually have volunteers who will go to their home and help them read their mail. We'll have one or two people who actually go and help people with the personal finances and things like that.
And as you know, this town has a very, a large demographic of 65 and older. So there are a lot of folks here who maybe are by themselves, maybe family isn't nearby, and so they really rely on people who care to come in and help them with some of these day-to-day things that maybe become a little challenging as you get older. Maybe you don't drive anymore. So people who care can come over, take you to the bank, like he said, take you to your appointments, take you to the vet. But also, like he was saying too, if you have a new computer, right?
Exactly right. If you have a new computer and you want to transition from one to the other, we have people who will come over and help you with that.
Yeah.
If you got a new telephone, you can't figure out how to use it.
Would that work for me?
And I
Can
think
I
I'll
call
just say I
him?
think we'll send somebody over by you soon too, and
Can I
and get
call him?
and get this again free service to come over. So it's just a group of volunteers, of which I think now we have 267 active volunteers today,
Really?
which is pretty good. And we can
And
go
what
over
is
some.
your budget? You've got a pretty good budget.
Well, we do about a $750,000 budget. So we are always looking for two things. One is for volunteers and also donations. So
Right.
it's kind of like, paying forward a couple ways. We look at people who move here. Maybe they're in their 60s or very active 70 or even the 50s, and they want to keep busy, want to do stuff. So
And they want to do something worthy that makes you feel good, that you're giving to the community.
exactly right.
Yeah.
You want to contribute to people
Right.
who have a need.
Right.
Because at some point in time, as I'm here 9 years, I look at this and say, well, at some point in time, that may be me who
Yeah,
has a
that's
need.
right.
So I pay forward, as do a lot of other people, thinking that, well, at some point in time, the community will return the favor.
Absolutely.
And we try to do that. In fact, we have a couple who made money for years going around the world on providing services to do with macular degeneration.
Which is
And
a
the
very
issues.
big problem.
It's like
as
7 to
people
10,
age.
7 to
Yep.
10% of people over 65 have that issue.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, with an arrangement we have with the VA hospital, they provide some equipment that we utilize in our services. And if people need some equipment, we can actually get it to them, whether it be free or if some people can afford to pay it, we actually would like a little bit of that. But if not, that's okay. And we provide that services to a good number of people every year. But it's a worthwhile organization. We take care of people in the community. Again, it's all free of charge. Now,
It's unbelievable. And it's not based on financial need, okay? So it's
Correct.
not like you have to be a certain, have a certain level of income or little, No, it's open to anybody who needs help. And these volunteers are vetted. These are not people they just pull off the street, hey, you want to do something for us? No. They have a criminal check.
we do have to do a fingerprinting, and it
Yep.
gets cleared through the Yavapai Sheriff's Office. We do personal vetting, meaning if you want to come and volunteer, we require a number of references that we have people who call and actually validate the fact that, yeah, you are a real person. You are what you say you are.
Right.
And we do an online review as well. So we really make sure that we have quality people who are really here for the right reasons. And we've had zero instances, by the way,
Zero instances.
of any issues in my tenure, as well as all the past that I could find.
35 years. Wow.
So it's good.
So it's
a
good folks
organization.
who are volunteering a good time. So what is the time requirement if you are a volunteer? Do you have to do a certain amount of hours a week? Or?
No, as a matter of fact, there is no time requirement.
Okay.
You volunteer to become available when you are available. Meaning we have a database that people who have a need can log in and say, hey, I have a need to go to the doctor's office next Thursday or something, or even this afternoon. And we do have a group of people who actually assign themselves to certain, we call them neighbors, not the people in need, we call neighbors.
Right.
So certain neighbors would input a need, and certain volunteers would go back and fulfill that need,
I like that.
which is kind of cool. If they can't do it, then your response just has to be no.
Not today. I can't make it today.
And that's a complete sentence. It's just, can you do it? No.
Right.
Fine. Okay,
Right.
we'll send it to you next time. So nobody's putting a gun to your head, or nobody's making you sign anything that says, I got to do it. It's freewheeling, if you would, to the point of, if I can make the time to support it, I'm going to go do that.
I
And
love
if you
that.
can't, you can't. And nobody's ever going to call
Well, I
or
didn't
do
know
anything
that
different.
about the time requirement. That's great because a lot of folks are volunteering. They're retired and they're going to see grandchildren, and so it's kind of nice. You have the freedom to offer when you're here in town, and if not, that's okay. They'll pass it on to someone else to come help their neighbor.
And we know it's, the times aren't great economically, so it's, you got gas prices and everything else going up. We do compensate the volunteers with the 67.5 cents per mile that the government has as their limit that you can pay
Allotted.
somebody allotted for
That
this
was my
type of
next
activity.
question. But the volunteers do not get paid, but they can get compensated for mileage.
Correct. Yeah, volunteers are volunteers.
Right.
And so they donate their time, but we do compensate them for mileage because that's more than their time.
Right. Sure.
So it's
I think that's fair.
we get a lot of people who some of them take the check, some of them just sign the check back over and make a donation,
Make
which
a
we like.
donation. I love
So
that.
it's so again, it's just a lot of good people who make a lot of space in their day to help others. And again, it's kind of a pay it forward. It'll come back in spades later, I think.
So we have, not only is Bob on the board, but we also have a lot of friends who are not on the board, but they just simply volunteer their time. So they have a set group of people that they love, and they're like, you know what, I would like to work with whatever, Bill, and I'd like to work with Shirley. So put me on with Bill and Shirley, and they will take them out every week. One gentleman is blind, so he goes to help him get his cash, so he knows, that he can be safe and protected. And yeah.
That's right. We have the one gentleman you're talking about, buddy of ours named Chuck. He knows which bank to go to, which teller at the bank to go to. When this guy goes, for some reason, he still gets checks that Chuck helps him get out of his mail. They go to this teller, and she knows what to give him as far as the currency issues, the $20 bills, $10 bills, and he makes payments. But he has a jacket he always wears, and he puts so much money in each pocket to know what it's all for. And then Chuck takes him home and makes sure he puts those dollars in the allotted spot so his bills get paid.
So it's kind of cool because people have a relationship together. And so they know exactly where to go and who to go see, which teller to go to. It's like friendships that people form. And also, they just become close and they help each other out, which is what community should be about, right? So
Exactly
you
right.
were saying here, your 2024 stats, you have 267 volunteers and they work 22,000 hours, you said?
That's right. So, and I'll give you the 10-year stats because we go back 10 years because the data before 10 years is
10 years, okay.
we've been around 35, but prior to 10, we didn't have computers and all that kind of stuff to keep track. So I just look at 10. So in the last 10,
Okay.
the average tenure, by the way, of every volunteer is over 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So once they get involved with it, they stay with it.
So
And
good retention.
good retention.
So they feel good about it and they're happy with what they're seeing volunteering.
They feel they're performing a worthwhile service. So we have
Love it.
550 volunteers over 10 years, 168,000 hours. Neighbors served, again, we call the person who needs our services a neighbor,
Right?
2,240.
Wow.
We've driven over 1.4 million miles in that process
Wow.
and provided services 72,000 times. That's a lot. And if you take it $25 an hour, being an hour per service, that's about $4.25 million worth of services provided free of charge.
Wow.
Right now, we have like 267. It's in
Volunteers.
2024. We've driven 22,000 miles, 321 personal paperwork helps,
I need that.
and 330 just wellness calls.
Oh, wow.
So if people just would like to get a call to make sure they're okay,
Sure.
we do that.
Oh, I love that.
so that's
I
kinda
didn't
cool.
know that. That's nice. And you did 204 help with tech devices. So I would like someone to come help me with my personal paperwork and tech devices. How about taxes?
Yeah, we'll help you with taxes. As soon as I get somebody to help me with mine.
Exactly. You don't do everything, in other words,
not-
but
not-
you do a lot. You do a lot.
We do a lot. It makes you feel good when you do it, and you see people who are very, very happy to receive it. And like I said, I think it's great as you look at people who may move to Prescott. This is something that they may look at and say, you know what, maybe I want to keep busy. Here's something I can keep busy with. And you know, when they decide it's time to make a donation at the end of the year, maybe they'll think of us also.
And I think it's great too. I mean, it's just, you really do form close personal relationships with these folks. And you can do as much or as little as you want. But you do get close and they're very appreciative. You get something out of it. You feel
Yep.
great and you feel worthy. I mean, a lot of folks who, retired are like, what am I going to do with myself? This is something that makes you feel good.
Exactly right. We'll have people who just come by the office.
Yeah.
We have a very nice office in
Where's your
Prescott.
office?
It's off of Gurley.
Okay.
You get past the bowling alley and go almost to the woods.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice office complex off to the side. We had someone donate in fact, it was a legacy donation. We didn't even know it was going to happen until this woman passed. And it wound up, we had a large amount of money.
Wow.
And we also had a person who owned the building that we are now in, who decided that, he really likes people who care. And his son was utilizing people who care as he was challenged and needed some help. So we got one heck of a deal on the office. We got one heck of a deal on somebody helping us with the financing. And now we have offices we rent out to other people as well, because it's a pretty good sized place. So you'd be impressed if you came by to see the office.
The other good thing is it's not just locals who are donating, money towards this worthy cause, but there's also the hospital is donating a ton of money to people who care.
We get a lot of donations through grants.
Yep.
The hospital will give us a grant. Some wealthy people in the area make a point of giving us a grant every year. We do other things to raise money. We have a golf tournament every year out at the Club of Prescott Lakes,
Yay.
which is a great fun event.
Cheers to that.
Absolutely. And we're going to have a gala, or have had galas to support the organization, auctions and things like that that's coming up. So we try to keep ourselves active as we can. We try to give more people awareness, community awareness, and that's why I appreciate you letting me speak about this today.
Well, he's a good friend. He's a good friend, good person. And, anybody who's out there and who really wants to get involved, this is a worthy cause. And it's just great.
Absolutely. Please, people who care, just go peoplewhocare.org. We'll give you more information on the organization. And just look for more and more information as you get to Prescott. If you need some help, Diane can get you in touch with me,
Call
and
us, yeah.
we will grab you and suck you into People Who Care, because you're going to have a great time and feel much value to yourself and
You'll
to your
really
soul,
add
and
a
giving
lot.
back to the community.
Absolutely. So for those of you out there who are thinking, I do need some help, they can call peoplewhocare.org, or
Absolutely.
they can look there.
You can do peoplewhocare.org, and when you do that, that's easier to say than phone numbers. You'll see a number there. You can call that number and get Meredith will be answering the phone to support you, or just peoplewhocare.org and send a message via that.
So any neighbors out there who were thinking, gosh, this is something I need, I kind of need some help. I'm here by myself. This is great. We're here. They're here to help you. And I know a lot of people on the board and just friends who are volunteers. Good folks. And they just want to give back to the community. So we can't speak highly enough about it. And we hope that you reach out to us if you need help or if you just want to be a good volunteer. This is it.
That's it. We're always looking for volunteers, looking for donations.
Yep. I like donations. Absolutely.
Donations
If
are always
you're
good.
busy
Yep.
and you're a crazy realtor like we are.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Yeah. It's hard to even go on a vacation with you guys without you guys
I know,
being on the phone.
I know it's terrible, but at least we could make donations. Which you know what, I'm going to do that now because I think it's a great thing. And
Now we run matching programs at the end of the year, which is just getting over today with being tax day.
Yeah.
We just getting over earlier, and you can do that as far as getting matching donations prior to the tax issues.
Oh.
You can put things into your will, which we encourage people to do. If you're going to pass money on to someone, please do it for us.
yeah.
For an organization that can
So
help out.
again, if you're real busy with time, make a good donation. If you have a lot of time and you want to do something worthy, donate. Donate your time and your services. We need it. And we have a great community here of folks who've been here maybe 20 years, and maybe now they need a little extra help. So this is a worthy cause, and we're happy to help you and happy to do it. And I know these people, I can vouch personally for them all. They're good people.
Well, thank you for the help. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So again, what is that? Peoplewhocare.org?
Peoplewhocare.org. Please check us out. See what you think. Diane and Randall, I'm sure, will be communicating with me as you give them a call and say, I want to volunteer my time. I want to volunteer my money. I want to volunteer or I need someone to help me out.
Yes.
Whether it's reading or vision or driving get your pet to the vet, get me to the doctor's office.
Absolutely. And remember, it is not based on financial need. It's just to help anyone who maybe needs a little extra help. It does not matter on your finances or your situation. We're
That's
just
right.
here to help our older community. All right. Well,
Right.
thank you, Bob.
Thank
We're
you.
so glad you came.
I appreciate
All
it.
right.
Thank
Cheers
you.
to that. Cheers to people who care. And
Cheers.
you better call us. All right. We look forward to hearing from you. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.